Alright, let me show you what I got going on. I'm working on the Land Cruiser, and it's upside down currently, but I have the rear end pulled apart. Got 2 of the 4 links out, and the suspension out. So it would normally sit like this with these red shocks on there. Got a headlamp on so you can be distracted by that. So what would normally be that is going to turn into something like this. It's not pretty, so bear with me. But this is a lot more work than I think it's going to be worth. Right now I don't have a spring in there because I kind of wanted to try what they call full droop. But I'm not entirely sure I'm going to like it. But I don't think there's a shock that's going to be soft enough for me. So I might have to start adding weight to compensate for the spring rates. But it comes out on this particular vehicle. This is the crossrc / Hobby Plus LC18. You can see it's one piece. If you look right here, so there's a ball joint, and then a screw into the actual axle. So that's looking down the bolt / double ball joint. It's kind of proprietary to this as far as I can tell. But I'm going to customize it. There we go, there's my light, sorry. So I found that it must have been right out of the box, but one of these shocks, if not both of them, the craftsmanship on these shocks are actually garbage, in my opinion. Fully extended, you might not be able to see it on camera, but fully extended, meaning no compression, right? They have a little bit of an angle to the top piece, to where the fake reservoir is, and it was sticking on the truck. So we're trying to fix that by putting these bad boys in there. Like I said, there's no spring in here, so I'll get back to you when I get it done and on, and let you know how it is. So like I said, that's what I'm dealing with now, and this is what it's going to turn into. Alright, so this is going to be just real quick before I start going again. You can see, if I put this here, this is the ball joint from the original packaging. You can see it in this one. So basically what I've done is I've taken a pair of pliers and just pressed this out. But this one is still in there, and that's what it looks like originally. And then what I do is I take this little ring, which is just like a friction fitting pretty much. And this is probably the most in-depth modification I've done on an RC car. But so this is going to go around this ball. I'm going to open it up. And then I'm going to, you can see, this is why it's not pretty. But, see, here it is, sorry. So you can see it's kind of like, if it's going to focus, there it goes. It's kind of like out partially, but I think it's going to work. It's not like fully seized. Like, it can still move. It's just a little slow right now. I don't think it's going to be a problem on the truck itself. So you can see right here, that's pretty minimal effort to move that around. It does have a couple sticking points from just putting pressure on it. And then this, it does stick a lot more. It's hard to show. But so this one sticks a little bit more. This is plastic, this is metal, and I think it's going to work. Like, it does move freely if weight's put if weight's on it. So let's get back to it. So this is also important. There's two sides to this thing. One is going to be beveled and the other one's going to be flat. I don't know if you could see that. You want to put the beveled side face up on the ball. So when the ball goes into the shock, the beveled side is going to go towards the shock. So it presses in. If we were putting it on this one, you can kind of see it actually. See these little grooves in there? This little beveled side is going to go in there. Second one, definitely a little smoother. It's a little bit cleaner as well. It's not as freaking goomba'd as the other one. Focus, come on, there we go. But yeah, it's definitely like a little bit more play in it because I feel like I was going way too hard before, and this time it seems to be almost like, feels like a factory fit. So yeah, go easy. You don't need to go hard if you're going to do this. This is for the RC LC18 1/18 scale. Once again, it's going to be a permanent mod, as even though I may not like the actual spring fitting, it's going to be permanent mod. The other thing I was going to think about doing is, you can see all these mounting points. These 6 holes right here are where the top one is where it came factory with these red garbage shocks on there, and that are all plastic. These OME ones are, I say OME for Old Man Emu, not OEM. Thankfully this truck comes with spacers already, and if I don't like the height, I got 6 places of adjustment plus a 7th down here that I can mount to the frame rail, and run it like that. So here we go, back to work. I also wanted to show you how I'm getting the shock off the ball joint. It's just plastic, but I also want to have the option of reusing it. So what I'm doing is I got you can see like the tip of the screw has like a little collar on it. I don't know if there it goes. You can kind of see that. So I put it behind the blade. I'm not putting any pressure. I'm just using it as like a holding, like a pair of pliers, like it is. And then I'm going to grab the back of it with the ye old wire cutter, just the front notch, and pull it apart. I can't show it to you because I don't have a tripod, but that's what I'm doing. Every time I start recording again, I think of something else I got to show you. So this little pressure fitting here, the friction fitting thing. So this is is what you press to like squeeze and hold the ball joint in the, I guess the bottom of the shock, and just like up here, right? So it moves around, but you have to cut it. So what I do is I just put it in my little wire cutters at like an angle against the base, which I can't do on camera, and then I just cut it real quick. Very easy, very little pressure. Don't destroy it because you'll regret it. And another time that I probably should have shown you this before, but I'm working on the front now. You can see I have that little friction collar pinched in there, and that's about how much throw you're going to have. So that thing's going to be as close to flush, if not flush, if you can get it there. Very easy to do. It doesn't require a lot of pressure. You don't want to ding it up and ruin, you know, the manipulation, or, you know, you want this piece to be able to move still. So longer video, sorry. So I finished it. It doesn't look any different. I mean, the rear end would normally ride up like that, so it's got a little bit more of a squatted in this full droop, squatted look. Also, it didn't really gain any travel, so it's not like a huge deal to me that I did or did not. But I think it's going to perform a little bit better because it's going to be, number one, less bouncy, and because I have it with no springs in it, hopefully it'll just kind of grab and go, you know, as it wants to and as it feels necessary for the suspension to do. I think I need to loosen up the links a little bit, the link screws, but we'll see what happens. So far, I think it looks a lot better. It used to be, kind of see if I shake it out, that's about where it would sit normally, and now it's squatted. yeah, I wouldn't buy another Cross RC if it was up to me. I think Axial is way better quality, and mods are more readily available for it. When I emailed this company, this is Hobby Plus / Cross RC. I bought it from the Cross RC website. When I emailed them about extra parts for their truck, they were like, all the parts are listed, and there's literally like nothing on there. So I would recommend going an Axial, maybe like an RC 4-wheel drive 118 if you're going for an 18 scale. But this thing, I mean, you have to admit, this thing does look dope. I'm going to get a little roof rack I found on RC 4-wheel drive's website. You only got about maybe 4.5 inches here on top, long ways, and then you get, you know, it's about 2.5 here if you don't want it to look super goofy. But we'll see how it performs in another video. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you really want, you can hit that bell. But thank you.